Emotions. Everybody's got them, but not everybody knows what to do with them. We're often taught to see our feelings as a problem, something to suppress, ignore, or get over as quickly as possible. But what if I told you that was the worst advice you've ever received? What if I told you that your emotions are not your enemy, but your greatest untapped superpower? Some people experience their emotions like a storm, a chaotic, unpredictable force that just happens to them. They get swept up in the wind and rain, tossed around without any control, just hoping to survive until it passes. Then there are others who see their emotions as a steering wheel. They understand that while the road might be bumpy and the weather might change, they are the ones in the driver's seat. They can grab that wheel, turn it, and command their direction. What's the real difference between people who seem to succeed against all odds and those who stay stuck? It's not their talent, their bank account, or their background. It's how they handle their emotions when life throws its toughest punches. Think about it. Emotions are the engine behind every single decision you've ever made. They fueled every victory you've celebrated and every mistake you've learned from. They were there every time you walked away from something that wasn't for you, and every time you found the courage to try again. They whispered, "I can't," in your ear, and they screamed, "Watch me," from your soul. Emotions are what drive you. But here's the critical part. If you don't understand the vehicle, you're destined to drive it right off a cliff. Most of us get this fundamentally wrong. We think the emotion itself is the enemy. We tell ourselves, "I shouldn't feel this fear," or "I shouldn't feel so angry," or "I shouldn't be this sad." But that's a losing battle. The emotion isn't the problem. Your relationship with the emotion is the problem. Let's reframe this. Fear isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to warn you. It's a spotlight showing you exactly where the stakes are high, where you need to be careful, and where the potential for growth lies. Anger isn't trying to destroy you. It's trying to protect you. It's a signal that a boundary has been crossed, that something you value is being threatened. Sadness isn't trying to break you. It's trying to teach you. It's a sign that you've experienced a loss, that something mattered to you, and it's creating space for healing and reflection. Every single emotion carries a message, a piece of vital information about your inner world and your outer circumstances. But most people are too busy, too distracted, or too afraid to actually listen. The truth is, you can't just get rid of your emotions. You can't numb them with endless scrolling. You can't party them away. You can't ignore them into silence, and you certainly can't bury them under a fake smile. They don't just disappear. They go into hiding. They gain strength. And they get louder and louder until you have no choice but to finally turn and say, "Okay, I hear you. What are you trying to tell me?" But here's the part that requires ruthless honesty with yourself. Your emotions explain your situation, but they do not excuse your actions. This is where personal responsibility comes in. You can feel hurt and still choose to show up with grace. You can feel terrified and still take that next step forward. You can feel a surge of anger and still choose disciplined action over reckless destruction. You can feel completely overwhelmed and still take control of the one small thing you can do right now. Life doesn't hit pause just because your emotions feel heavy. Your responsibilities don't disappear. The bills don't stop coming. Opportunities won't wait for you to feel better. And most importantly, time keeps moving forward, relentlessly. So why should you allow yourself to be paused by a feeling? Now, here's the exciting part. Once you stop fighting your emotions, you can start using them. Your emotions are your superpower. If you just learn how to harness their energy, every emotion, from joy to rage, comes with a potent charge of energy. And that energy can either be used to destroy you from the inside out, or it can be channeled to elevate you to new heights. Imagine taking all the fire from your anger, and instead of letting it burn you, you use it as fuel for the gym, for your business, for that difficult project. Imagine turning it into rocket fuel for greatness. Imagine taking the deep, heavy weight of your sadness and transforming it into profound empathy, a deeper understanding of the human condition, a source of creativity and connection. Imagine looking your fear directly in the eyes and using it as a compass, as undeniable proof that you are stepping outside your comfort zone and into the arena where real growth happens. Do you want to know what real strength looks like? It's not pretending that nothing bothers you. It's not being a cold, unfeeling robot. Real strength is feeling it, all the joy, the pain, the fear, the frustration, and still being unstoppable. It's being deeply, fully human, and still being the master of your own destiny. Let me give it to you straight. Emotional control isn't about being cold. It's about being in command. It's the ability to pause between a feeling and a reaction. It's the power to say, okay, I feel this, and now I decide what happens next. It's about consciously choosing your response instead of being a slave to your initial reaction. It's about understanding your mind instead of being controlled by it. It's about owning your inner world with the same certainty that you own your name. Think about it. If you don't master your emotions, something or someone else will. Your boss might, your partner might, your past definitely will. Your insecurities, your anger, your sadness, your fear, they will all take turns sitting in the driver's seat of your life. You will spend your years being dragged around by feelings that were only ever meant to be your navigation system, not your ruler. So, here is your challenge. Starting today, stop running from what you feel. The next time a strong emotion comes up, don't immediately reach for a distraction. Just for a moment, sit with it. Get curious. Study Italiano. Ask it what it's trying to tell you, and then find a way to use its energy. Turn that feeling into power. Feel the fear and do it. Feel the sadness and grow from it. Anyway, feel the anger and focus that energy anyway. Feel overwhelmed and take the next small step anyway. That is emotional strength. That is emotional maturity. And that is the fundamental difference between someone who just survives their life and someone who truly dominates it. Your emotions are not the enemy. They are your compass. They are your tools. They are your warning signs and your green lights. They are the texture of your story. And they are the foundation of your strategy. Start mastering them today, because the moment you stop being a prisoner of how you feel is the moment you become the architect of who you are. It's time to take back the wheel. Steer your own life and let your emotions fuel your greatness, not your downfall. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.